Really, an agreement lazily played at a wide one outside the off stump, nicked it off to the keeper, and she's gone for a three-ball ducks. West Indies looking to get 242 to take a winning 2-0 series lead in this series are 22 for 1 after 5 overs, with the GOAT of West Indies batting, Stafanie Taylor, and the captain, Ailey Matthews, at the crease. Hello, everyone. This is the Cricket Forum. It's the Caribbean #1 cricket channel. I thank you so much for being here. I encourage you to become a member of our club on Patreon and join the live discussion. So after 5 overs, West Indies 22 without 22 for 1 with Matthews and Taylor at the crease. As that one is played away and by Matthews, and they come back for a single. It's a comeback for 2. It's now 25 for 1. West Indies 25 for 1. Matthews on 17. Taylor on 6. Grimman gone for naught. 3-ball ducks. And the way she got dismissed is the issue that persons have with her. Here is Danzel. She's over the wicket, bowls down the leg side to Matthews, wide signal, 26 for 1. You recall on Friday, I was telling you that you could see the improvement because she was keeping her wrist in a very small box. Well, today that wrist was outside of that small box and she nicked off to the wicketkeeper. And it's because of her languid, lazy approach why she will always get criticism for it, because persons will think that she's not concentrating and she's not into it and she's getting bored. As Matthews forced that one off the back foot to mid off and there was no run. You know, and I don't know, probably it's just her personality, but she probably totally into it. But it's just a matter that that's her type of personality. But when you have that personality and you hold like that, persons are going to heavily criticize you. 26 for 1 West Indies as Danzel is over the wicket to the West Indies captain, who pulled this away down to deep mid wicket. It gone for 6. Or is it 4? I think it's 4. I think it bounced and run into the boundary. Yes, it's 4. For a moment there, I thought it was 6 because the camera was showing over the boundary. But then the camera apparently failed to pick up the ball, just like I did as she pulled that away. And if you look there, you realize that you don't see the ball any at all. And the camera is searching for the ball, and then you see it trickling into the boundary at mid wicket for 4. So 30 for 1. Matthews is on 21. Taylor is on 6. Danzel over the wicket, bowls to Matthews. Again, she pulled down towards deep mid wicket. It's running out towards the boundary. It's slowing up. The fielder is giving chase. It stopped just inside the boundary. She flicked it back, and they will come back for 3. Surely expect them to come back for 3. Yes, they have done so. Quiana Joseph is not at the crease, so you'll expect them to come back for 3. 33 for 1 after 5.5. Matthews moves up to 24. And Taylor is on 6. You know, Danzel has been back of a length, and those 2 balls were really long up, but somehow they never seem to come right out of the middle, and they just didn't have. The first one had the legs, but the second one just run out of energy. Danzel to Taylor, and Taylor plays this to mid on, and there was no run. End of over number 6. So after 6 overs, West Indies 33 for 1. 33 for 1. I thank everyone for being here. Wimbledon tennis is going on. The Women Ashes is going on. West Indies men won last night, so it's an exciting time for sports fan. Not a controversy over another Argentinian victory, and one begins now to wonder if this tournament is just set for Argentina, because there's just so much controversy. There's a live poll in the chat. I would appreciate that you would respond to that live poll, and it's really asking what West Indies cricket West Indies need to do to improve the chances of the women for the 2029 ODI World Cup. And I would really love to get your feedback. I've put 4 options there. I hope I haven't leave off any option that would be relevant. Prendergrass to Matthews covers up to mid-on, no run. 33 for 1. West Indies batting, looking to get up to 242 to take a winning 2-0 series lead in this tournament. So Prendergrass was struggle to find the same level of form. And you know, do you realize that there was less talking today? There was absolutely less talking today. Matthews steered this to backward point and there was no run. The amount of talking that there were in the first match, the talking of died down. The Irish after the hammering that they took in the first match. It hit everything out of them, and they are here now to play cricket, you know, but we cannot allow them to have any say. We have to keep them silent. It's very important that they are kept silent. Prendergrass. He's over the wicket to Matthews, and Matthews drive. Mid-on comes across, dived over the ball. They have gone for 1. They are back for 2. The ball goes into the boundary for 4. As that one was pitched up, and Matthews drive and tail out all the experience she has, just open her legs and allow it to pass through. So sort of unsighted the mid-on for a little while, and because of that action, she didn't get there. So it's all experience from the GOAT as the ball goes into the mid-on boundary. So 4 runs more to West Indies, which take them up now to 37. 37 for 1. Here is Prendergrass in, bowls to Matthews. After back foot, she cracks it away down to the boundary for 4. Oh, what a shot. Was on the back foot and she hit it through point like a rocket. And it goes into the boundary for 4. That was well out of the sweet spot. Right out of the school, one would say. Prendergrass, back of a length. Having driven through mid-on, she pulled back her length and Matthews cracked it through point. Beat the backward point to her right, the cover to her left. They just turn and run to pick up the delivery as it raced into the boundary. 32 she's now. 41 for 1. Prendergrass to Matthews and she drives to cover. No run. 41 for 1 after 6.5. So look forward to your comment. So really seeing that so let's watch now as Prendergrass is on her way to Matthews. Bowl and Matthews turned that away through mid-wicket. It running out towards the boundary. It's 4 more. Oh, she timed that well, you know. That could be the best of the lot, you know. Oh, she timed that well. I just thought that it would probably be 1 or 2. Look at it. In her crease, just goes back and she just turned the ball away through mid-wicket. And it just raced over the outfield down to the boundary for 4. While the square drive, the square cut was flashy and elegant and have a lot of excitement in it, that shot just now from her, which she just caresses it down to the big mid-wicket boundary for 4. And West Indies need less than 200 now as they are 45 for 1. So 197 required. 40. So yes, end of over number 7. Dazzell to continue. A long time I haven't seen Banana Brooks. Good morning, Michael Douglas. Good to have you here. So we're going to watch now as Dazzell is over the wicket. She bowls to Stephanie Taylor, who defends, and the ball came off the inside edge onto her pad and stopped right in front of her. And she ensured that it doesn't roll back onto her stump. So Matthews is on 36. Taylor is on 6. And welcome to this watch along. It's a watch along. And you know, watch along, you know, it as the name suggests, it's watch along. It's not that like we are streaming the match. We are watching the match along with you and commenting on it. And there are also persons who are visually impaired and those who are on their way to work. I'll give the playing 11 shortly. Matthews cuts that away. Stephanie Taylor, should say, cuts it away down to the boundary for 4. It was outside the R stump, and she cuts it away down to the boundary for 4. Just making sure it's in the gap. I am getting the impression, I don't know if it is that those two last strokes that were played, they were played to the same side of the ground, towards the scoreboard side. Is that side smaller? Because the two pull shot from Matthews to the other side, no, it was, yeah, to the other side, the two pull shot from Matthews to the other side took a long time to get close to the boundary. One didn't make it, one just barely make it. Stephanie Taylor is off the back foot, and she missed time a forcing drive to cover, and there was no run. Matthews is on 36, Taylor is on 10. But the shot through mid-wicket, the ball that Matthews wristily played through mid-wicket, and that cut shot from Taylor just now, they weren't hit hard. They were just more like guided into the gap, and they just sailed over the outfield and goes into the boundary. And probably that side is smaller. Bowls to Taylor, and Taylor drives to mid-off, and there was no run. So the side to the scoreboard appeared to be shorter than the side on the other end. So let's look out for that. So 7.4 overs have been bowled. West Indies 49 for 1. Taylor is on 10. Matthews is on 36. The required run rate is just about 4.5. We are going presently at 6.4. Down the leg side, the keeper miscollect, wide signal, short fine leg, back to up, so the score will go up by 1, and the West Indies 50 is up, so that wide, bringing up the West Indies 50. 50 for 1, West Indies in over number 8. 50 for 1 with Matthews on 36 from 30, Taylor on 10 from 13. So we're going to watch as Stephanie Taylor second, and Dazzell is going to bowl to her. She's in, bowl to Taylor, and Taylor looking to work this on the inside, taken on the pad. The keeper comes from behind the stump, picked up, and there was no run as she looks to just work that on the inside. So once again, I want to thank everyone. And as I said, I need to read out the playing 11 for those who are driving, those who are at work, those who are visually impaired, who are always here with me. I appreciate you guys. And I thank everyone that who are on the watch along. Dazzell is over the wicket, ball to Taylor, and Taylor covers up, and there's no run. The end of the over. So let me get that playing 11 on the screen, very importantly. So, and let me read it off for the, so there it is on the screen. And this is not the batting order. This is just the playing 11. It's the same 11 from the previous match. So it's Stephanie Taylor, Ailey Matthews, Shemaine Camber, Deandra Dutton, Jazara Claxton, Reliana Grimmond, Janella Glasgow, Alia Lane, Shanisha Hector, Haffy Fletcher, and Charisma Ramarak. So that's the West Indies playing 11. Taylor Matthews, Camber Dutton, Claxton Grimmond, Glasgow Alain, Hector, Fletcher, and Ramarak. So Reliana Grimmond have already been dismissed, as we are in now the 9th over. Dot ball, the first ball was a dot ball, ball to Matthews. As I was reading the team, you know, I was looking at the team and never saw the ball delivery being bowled. Yeah, you have to look at it these days. You don't want to make any mistake. Turn away to mid-wicket by Matthews as Dempsey comes into the attack. That's her second delivery. And Matthews was on the front foot, turning it away to mid-wicket, and there was no run. 50 for 1, West Indies in over number 9. Yeah, Michael Douglas, you know, that was a terrific catch by Jazara Claxton, you know, as the ball clipped away. And I think even the batter, as Matthews onto the front foot, she drives, doesn't beat mid-on this time, and there was no run. So it was definitely an outstanding catch by Jazara Claxton. She really good foot movements, and then was able to get the elevation that she got, and the ball already passed her at mid-on. Honestly, it would have been fair to assume that the ball had passed her at mid-on, and Paul thought it was another 4, but like a gazelle reaching high above her head, she plucked it out of the air and took the catch. It was a brilliant catch. 50-1 West Indies as Dempsey bowls to Matthews, who cannot beat extra cover. So 5 that ball so far in this over. Good over going so far by Dempsey. 5 that balls, as that one was plucked out of the air nicely by Jazara Claxton. You know, it was a well taken catch. Ball to Matthews, and Matthews defend on the offside of the pitch. So made by Dempsey. So the 9th over was a maiden ball by Dempsey. So West Indies looking to get up to 242 to win. They are 50 without loss. The last 8 deliveries have been that ball. After the wide ball, then 2 to Stephanie Taylor, then a maiden to Ailey Matthews. So the last 8 deliveries have been that ball. So West Indies just being pegged back a little here by Ireland. I almost said New Zealand, but New Zealand is the other match. So that's been pegged back a little here, West Indies by Ireland. So let's see if Dazzle will continue. Now they have switched to Maguire, the left-arm orthodox spinner. So it's runs time now. Maguire around the wicket, down the leg side, wide signal. The sequence of balls being bowled without run have been broken. And so it's now 51-1. Welcome to the show, Pascal Williams. Forward comes Stephanie Taylor, played it down the inside, the bowler Maguire field, and there was no run. So here is Maguire, comes in, bowls down the leg side. Taylor looked to sweep. She got a bottom edge onto that. It's running out towards the boundary. The fielder giving chase, but she cannot reach it. 4 runs by Taylor. Down the leg side by Maguire. Taylor sweep, bottom edge it past the keeper, down to fine leg for 4. She was down the leg side. It was poor, and it got what it deserved, 4 runs. And so that will push Taylor up now to 14, and it will take the West Indies score up to 55-1. Matthews is on 36 from 36. Taylor is on 14 from 17. Maguire ball full to Taylor, who drives it back past the stump, mid-on field, and there was no run. So it was full, and I think she got the lower part of the bat onto that. It was almost a Yorker. It was quite hitting the popping crease, but probably about 6 inches from the popping crease. And that's another delivery that Taylor just tapped into the offside, and there was no run. 5 runs from this over thus far, which is more than the required run rate. So risk-free batting so far by the West Indies batsmen. The left-arm orthodox spinner comes in, bowl to Matthews, and she played that one off the off stump to cover, and there was no run. 55-1 with 1 delivery to come in over number 10. Matthews Taylor just taking her time here and just slowing down the bowler, you know. Maguire comes in, bowls to Taylor. Again, Taylor forced it to cover, and again, there was no run. 55-1 at the end of over number 10. West Indies batting, they batter to get dismissed, really Anna Grimman, who looks solid in defense once again. She covers up those two previous ball nicely. But then the third delivery, it was wide outside the off stump. She played a really and nothing lazy shot. She should either leave that ball or cut hard at it, you know. And again, the risk coming out of that small box. You heard her talk about that small box, and the risk came out of it, and she got out caught behind. She needed was to cut or just leave it alone, let it go through. She just push at it, hands away from the body. She had that weakness all the time, and in the innings on Friday, you're seeing the improvement. You're seeing the improvement, but that one this morning, she probably went back to her old ways, and that's why you don't practice till you get it right. You practice until you cannot get it wrong. So she would have practiced until she got it right, but then the practice need to continue. Something that she continues to need to work on, not because she get it right, she got it right. No, she's going to say, "Oh yes, I master it." No, you need to continue to practice it. As Maguire Dempsey should say, bowl to Matthews, and she played the most pleasing on drive past the keep, past the non-striker into the boundary for 4. So it's pitched up, and one of the most pleasing on drive you will ever see, as she just played it past the stump at the non-striker's end, down to the boundary for 4. So that's the second on drive Matthews had played off Dempsey. She's on 40, 59 for 1. Dempsey have conceded, that was the first run off first. So the previous one was off Prendergrass, right? As Dempsey or Dazzell. Well, that was the first run that Dempsey was conceding, and it went for 4. So just as this next delivery is played out into the offside, and there was no run. 59 for 1. So 59 for 1. Over the wicket. A drive down to mid-off, and there was no run. There was a drive down to mid-off, and there was no run. The score remains at 59 for 1. Taylor, she's on 14. Matthews, who's on strike, is with her. She is on 40. 40 from 40 deliveries. Taylor, 14 from 21. So Matthews going at a runner ball here. Taylor at 66.67. Matthews off the back foot, cannot beat extra cover. Again, there is no run, as she punched that into the offside, and there was no run. So let's feel there's a backward point, there's a cover, there's an extra cover, and there's a mid-off. There's also a mid-on. We're going to watch Dempsey. Not a very long run-up, you know. She, almost as she starts, she reaches. She comes in bowls, whipped away by Matthews down to that short side of the ground. But this time it's straight to the field at backward point, end of over number 11. West Indies 60 for 1 at the end of over number 11. Matthews will keep the strike. She is on 40, 41, so she will keep the strike. So winning this match would take a 2-0 series lead, a winning 2-0 series lead. But most importantly, it would give us another 2 points towards the 2029 ICC Cricket Women ODI World Cup. It would give us another 2 points towards qualification. So winning here is very important. So it have 2 implications. You win the series, but I think more importantly, the 2 points that you will get from it towards the Women Championship table. The top 7 will qualify in the table, plus the host. The host nation plus the top 7 will qualify automatically. It will be a 10-team tournament. And this year you will have If you're out of the top 8, you will have to play the qualifiers. Well, for the 29 cycle, you'll have to play the qualifiers where the top 2 teams from the qualifiers will go through. So 11 team is in the championship. That turn away by Matthews through mid-wicket, taking her up now to 42. 42 she is after 11.3 overs. So it's a 11-team championship. The top 8 will qualify. That means the host nation and the top 7. Maguire bowls to Stephanie Taylor full. She played it to extra cover and there was no run. The other 3 teams, the bottom 3, will go into the qualifiers against teams like USA, Denmark, Panama, Brazil, Jersey, those type of things, Canada, and the top Netherlands, Scotland, Ireland, no, not Ireland, Netherlands, Scotland, and the top 2 from that will qualify. So it's important that West Indies becomes one of the automatic qualifiers, so they don't have to go into that qualifying playoff, because we saw last year we were in the qualifiers and we did not make it through, and we missed the 2025 ODI World Cup as one more to the total, pushing it up to 63 for 1 at the end of 12. Taylor is on 16, Matthews is on 44. 42. Good morning, Athena. I'm happy to have you here. Respect every time. You know, it's always a pleasure having you here, Athena. So 63 for 1, West Indies. Dempsey to continue. She'll be bowling to Ailey Matthews. A lot of watch along these days. You know, they keep on coming thick and fast. Please make your vote on the poll. What should Cricket West Indies prioritize before the 2029 Women's ODI World Cup? Should they be playing more international matches? Should they have a better domestic competition? Should they increase investment in the women? Or should they need more specialized coaching for the women, for the girls? You know, it's going to be interesting. So please just vote. Let me see what you're saying. And please hit that thumbs up button. It's Dempsey to Matthews, who covers up and play back to the bowler, who stopped it and then bends and pick it up, throwed it to extra cover, who tossed it to mid-off, and mid-off will now toss it back to her. So backward point, cover, extra cover, mid-off, mid-on. Those are the 5 I'm seeing right now. I will give you more as they come up. Dempsey to Matthews. She's over the wicket. Bowls to Matthews. Matthews off the back foot. Cannot beat backward point. She crunched that, but it bunks off backward point in front of her, probably about 5-6 yards in front of her. And because of that, there was no chance of a run, as she was on the back foot and she cracked that. As the run rate continues to reduce, and we need to get this ticking over. Probably we're looking to play too many big shots. Probably we just need to start hitting the gap and running some singles very hard. Dempsey to Matthews drives powerfully to cover. Again, there was no run. And so that's a very big, powerful shot, but it's straight to the fielder. Probably if you just take some of the power out of it and wait on the ball to just come to you a little more and steered it in a gap and run 1, it would have been better. When you start getting a single per ball, you know, as simple as it looked, the bowling team have to try something different. Dempsey to Matthews, and Matthews wait on that a little longer and steered it past backward point for a single. And that's exactly what I'm talking about. One more, 64 for 1. She just waited on that a little longer and steered it past backward point for a single. So West Indies, 64 for 1 now. Matthews is on 43. Taylor is on strike. And Taylor down the leg side. She turn it away down towards fine leg. Work for the fielder, but she cannot get there. 4 runs. So just down the leg side from Dempsey, and Taylor just clipped it away for 4. So she's 20 from 25 deliveries. And that was 4 more to the West Indies as it was down the leg side. And the veteran West Indies batter just clipped it away, beat the fielder at long leg to her right, who was trying to come around to her right. Matthews is on 43 from 50. Taylor is on 20 from 25. West Indies 68 for 1. 68 for 1. Remind you they're chasing 242. The target is 242. So 32 and 42 is 74, 174 away from victory. After back foot this time go Matthews, and she crunches it down to the sweeper on the cover boundary. 1 more to the total, goes up by 1 to 69 for 1. Matthews is on 44, Taylor is on 20. We're in over number 14. Maguire is the bowler. As she comes in now. As this one is played away down to the fielder on the cover boundary. Yes, Pascal Williams, we all love. Yes, we all love the West Indies cricket team, and the ladies going well. Yes, definitely. Hop on over by Matthews down to the cover boundary for 4. So Maguire there was back off a length, and Matthews deep in his crease, using that strong core strength that she have, and she just inside out over cover. We have seen her play that shot so many times. Get it in the gap. 4 more runs to her. Good shot. She's on 48. Off the back foot, she strokes that to mid-off, who made a tumbling stop, and there is no run. So 74 for 1. Down the leg side, she looked to sweep. Wide will call as she misses the sweep shot. Push it up now to 75 for 1. Matthews is on 48. Taylor is on 21. 13.4 overs have been bowled. We're going to watch now as Maguire is going to come round the wicket. The left-arm orthodox spinner. She comes in, bowls to Matthews. Is off the back foot. She steered this down towards cover. Work for the fielder coming to her left. She picked up cleanly, but will they be back for the second? No, the second on 1. It's 76 for 1 with Matthews going up to 49. Taylor is on 21. So that run rate have now pushed up back to 5.5, the current run rate, and the required run rate is just about 4.5. The target is 242 as bowls to Taylor, and that one grips and turn, and as the veteran batsman poke at it, it grips, it missed the outside edge, and it goes through to the keeper. 76 for 1 at the end of over number 14. So please keep the votes coming in. I am really interesting to see how the poll is shaping up, and I keep looking at the poll, and I see that 47% of you think that need to invest more in the women in the women game, invest more in women cricket. Yeah, I can say that too. So, but I really want to see some more votes. Only 15 votes. We need to try and get it up to 100. Over the wicket, balls to Matthews, who turned this to mid wicket. There was no run, and she just clipped it to mid wicket. The score remains on 76 for 1. 2 superstar of West Indies women batting at the crease. Matthews on 49, Taylor on 21. The Irish would want to break this partnership and see if they could set some panic into the West Indies batting, because once these two are batting, then it would be curtains as back of a length goes Dempsey, and Matthews pulled it forward of square high in the air, down over the boundary for 6 and brought up her 50. So yet another half century for Matthews in this ODI series. It's now 82 for 1. So 50 for Matthews. She's on 55 to be exact. It was back of a lane by Dempsey, and she just pulled it high over forward of square. The fielder was at back with a square leg, and she had no chance as it sailed away in front of square as Dempsey comes in now, ball to Matthews, who is on the front foot this time, driving it down to cover for another single. And she was quick on the front foot because you could almost premeditated that she was going to pitch up this one, because after being short and pulled away, you could premeditate it that she was going to put it up. Yes, the ladies are batting well, Pascal. And so 83 for 1. Taylor is on strike now. She's on 21 from 27. Dempsey to Taylor work this away, down back with a square leg, straight to the fielder coming off the boundary. She will move up to 22 from 28. Matthews on 56 from 57. She will comes into strike. 84 for 1, West Indies. Looking, as I said, to get up to 242 to take a winning 2-0 series lead. Thank everyone for being here. I appreciate you very much. And please share your opinion so we can read them. The difference in when the women game is playing, we tend to react to the opinions. We do so in the men game, but for those comments in the men games are only shown when you are a member of the Cricket Forum Club. That's the time the comments are shown. Otherwise, they are not shown. So we encourage you to join the Cricket Forum Members Club, because, as we said, when you become a member of the club and support it and support the club in a financial way, as so many persons have been doing to keep us going, it enables us to stream live cricket matches. Not like this watch along, but live matches, as that last delivery is blocked after 15, West Indies 84 for 1. It enables us to stream live cricket matches. And I had mentioned it last night that the primary school final, the All Ireland primary school final, it was played on Tuesday, and there was no streaming of that match, none at all. So there was just simply no resources to do it, because streaming a match it's not a substantial investment, but it is not cheap either. It requires resources to stream a match. Yes, 84 for 1 as Taylor blocks that one into the onside, and there was no run. So when you support the channel, it allows us to do things like those, in particular to bring you grassroots cricket in Jamaica. Last year, when we were covering matches with Vittel Laws last year, we didn't know that this year, this time, he would be a West Indies star, And I would have made a point, that it is very important that we show these grassroots cricket. Taylor is off the back foot. She beat the inner circle. He's going down towards the boundary for 4. So that was outside the half stump, and Taylor just cuts it away down to the boundary for 4, taking her up to 26. West Indies 88 for 1. That was outside the half stump, and Taylor was pounced onto it, cuts it away, through point, down to the boundary for 4. The sweeper came across to her left, could not prevent it. Maguire round the wicket, bowls to Taylor, and Taylor eased this to the fielder at cover, who's right back on the edge of the 30-yard circle. There's a backward point who is also on the edge of the circle. The cover is on the edge of the circle. The extra cover is a little shorter. She comes in, bowls to Taylor. Taylor cannot beat cover again, right on the edge of the circle. As I said, the extra cover is in a little shorter, trying to cut those singers. So the backward point is at the edge of the circle. The cover is on the edge of the circle. The mid-off is on the edge of the circle, but the extra cover is just in probably about 10 yards from the circle, and she's closing in quickly to try to prevent the singers there. As Taylor backed away at the last moment, she was not ready, but it's no, Taylor. You have to, once the bowler is ready, it's there in the law, you have to be ready. it's not the bowler that waits on the batsman, it's the batsman that waits on the bowler. So you cannot be complaining about you did not ready. If that, you know, that could be very tricky. Although the umpire signaled dead ball there, it could have been very, very tricky, you know. Could have been very tricky. As that one is swept away down backward of square leg for a single. West Indies 89 for 1. Matthews is on 56, Taylor is on 27. She will keep the strike. So that it could be very tricky there just now for the West Indies batsman. So I want to thank everyone for being here. We appreciate you very much. And thanks for joining us. And we appreciate your company. I saw. Okay, thank you. I mentioned it. Appreciate it. 89 for 1. Matthews is on 56. Taylor is on 27. I was just being told that there are comments about the men game, and you know what we generally do respectfully, in respect to the ladies, is that when we are covering the ladies game, we do not talk about the men game. We do not, you know, we keep the chat free and show the ladies their due respect, because there's a lot of coverage of the men game. So I would really appreciate if you would just concentrate on talking about the women game. Down the leg side, as Taylor looks to sweep, the keeper failed to collect. We'll see if she got back onto it or it was wide. Wait on the signal from the umpire, wide signal. So 2 more to the total, 91 for 1 now, Matthews. Taylor remains on 27. Matthews comes into strike. Murray, the right arm leg spinner. She getting some very slow turn, not quick turn. She's over the wicket, bowls to Matthews, and Matthews cut this away to backward point to misfield. And she has been fielded very well. So she misfield on this occasion, allowed the West Indies batswoman to go through for a single, 92 for 1. You know, imagine if we allow men discussion during the women game. We wouldn't have time for the women game, you know, because most persons pay attention to the men game and they don't follow the women game as closely as the men game. Yes, they check on the results, of course, and they want to know that the women team is doing well, but they don't really follow the women. So they have a lot more to say about the men game than the women game. And if that was allowed in the chat would have been populated by comments about the men, and the women would not get their due. So that last ball was back of a length, and Matthews hit it straight for 6. This was more of a horizontal bat, the way you expect it to be hit, but she hit it over long on for 6 as the leg spinner Murray was short, back of a length, and she hit it high in the air, and it went for 6. So 99 for 1 West Indies as Murray bowls to Matthews, who defends down the onside of the pitch. Mid-wicket will field. 99 for 1. 1 to coming over number 17. Figure after this over there will be a drinks break. So you can get the comments coming now. I will definitely react to all of those comments in the drinks break that have not been reacted to. Murray bowls to Matthews, played it to the fielder at cover, and you see there the shoulders of the Irish drop. Will it be drinks break, or will it be one more over before the drinks break? It appears so, as the fielders are going towards one side of the ground, and yes, they are coming out for the drinks break. And as usual, during the drinks break, I also need to refresh myself and have a bite or something. Well, it's early morning, so I'll more likely have some fruits and some juice. So thank you for staying with me and welcome back as we are set to resume after the drinks break with West Indies on 99 for 1, needing a further 143 runs to win this match and take a winning 2-0 series lead. So 143 needed from 33 overs. So the run rate is not an issue. Dazel, who have bowled 4 overs, none for 27. She will pick up the bowling. There's a long discussion during the break with the Ireland coaching staff. As the first delivery was bowled to Taylor and she's beaten outside the half stump, it goes through to the keeper. So 99 for 1. Matthews is on 63. Taylor is on 28. We're going to watch now as Taylor is on strike. She's facing up to Dazel, who comes into her now. Over the wicket, bowls to Taylor, who's off the back foot, plays a forcing shot to the fielder at extra cover, who's shy and hit the stump at the non-striker's end. And it's backed up in the offside as that one direct hit. And the ball backed up there as Taylor forces that one into the covers. We're going to watch Dazel now. She's going to bowl to Stefani Taylor, 28 from 38 deliveries. She's going a little slower than Matthews, who is going at a runner ball. Dazel bowls to Taylor, and Taylor opened the face of the bat but cannot beat the field at backward point. Sorry, she played that as late as she could, but she just could not beat the field at backward point. She was just trying to beat the fielder there, who, interestingly, in this match, it appears that she's a bit finer at backward point. Maybe in the previous match, she was a bit squarer. That means she was closer to the popping crease if you were drawing an imaginary line across. Dazel is over the wicket, bowls to Stefani Taylor, who's off the back foot and a bad bounce for the field at cover, which resulted in West Indies getting a singer and bringing up the West Indies 100. West Indies 100 for 1 after 17.4. 100 for 1 after 17.4. Taylor is on 29. Matthews is on 63. So yet another half century for Ailey Matthews, bringing up another half century. We're going to watch now, though, as Dazel is going to bowl to her. There's a guy named Blair. What Blair name again? Blair Boyd. It's a long time I haven't seen him. I hope he's okay. Dazel bowled to Taylor, and Taylor pushed this down to long on for another single. West Indies 101 for 1. After 17.5, Matthews moves up to 64. Taylor is on 29. So the 100 runs came up off 100 deliveries in 69 minutes. So it appears that they just realized that they had brought up the 100. Oh, well, the 100 partnership, because really an agreement got out when the score was on 1. So, yeah. Taylor is on strike. Dazel to Taylor, who's off the back foot. She plays it through the gap between the cover and the extra cover down to the sweep on the boundary. She moves up to 30. End of the over. She will keep the strike. After 18 overs, West Indies 102 for 1. So just another 140 runs required. Good morning, Garth Ains. It's a pleasure having you here. How are you doing? I don't say what that's coming. Say I'm not seeing that coming from Garth Ains. What it's saying. Okay. Good morning, Garth Ains. As soon as I see your comment, I'll respond to it. Taylor is off the back foot this time again, and she steered it down to the sweep on the cover boundary for yet another run, taking her up to 31. And 103 for 1 now, West Indies. So 103 for 1. As Murray, the right arm leg spinner, comes in, bowls a full toss to Matthews, who hit it in the air, pass cover, down towards the sweep on the boundary. Travis in the air some distance, and for a moment there, they throw their hands in the air, but it was in the gap. There's a full toss, and Matthews just slightly losing her shape there just now, but nonetheless, comes in now, bowls to Taylor. Another full toss, which Taylor hit down the ground. It's going to run very close to the boundary. The long half comes across, picked up at long on, and then tossed the return back to the bowler. One more to the score. 104 for 1. West Indies. Matthews on 65. She comes into strike. So you're going to watch. As West Indies, 106 for 1. Murray comes in, bowls, and Haley Matthews swings and miss, and it goes through to the keeper, and there was no run. 106 for 1, West Indies. Murray is on 14. Sorry, Murray have conceded 14 runs from 1.3 overs. Matthews is on 65. Taylor is on 32. Comes in now, bowls to Matthews, who hit it in the air, over the top, over extra cover. It bounces away down to the boundary for 4, and despite the desperate effort of the Ireland fielder, she wasn't going to get there, and it's 4 more runs to the West Indies, taking the West Indies up to 110 for 1. So Matthews, that should take her up to 69, as it was her favorite inside-out shot, high over cover, and it trickles into the boundary. You know, probably just, let's watch Murray again. Comes in, bowls to Matthews, who's off the back foot, and she plays it to mid-off. The score remains at 110 for 1. West Indies, 1 delivered to come in over number 19. The required run rate is less than 4.5. We are going very close to 6 runs per over, thanks to Ailey Matthews' run a ball. As Murray comes in, bowls to Matthews, and she taps it past the fielder coming across from mid-wicket, and they go through for another single. She battered the floor there, the fielder, as she misfield that one. And Matthews is now up to 70 from 69 deliveries. She will keep the strike. It's the end of the over. End of over 19. West Indies 111 for 1. Nelson. We hope that Nelson doesn't bring a wicket. So Taylor is on 32 from 43. Just going at about 75, 76, a strike rate of about 76 there. But nonetheless, Matthews is going at a run a ball, and as a result, West Indies scoring close to 6 runs per over. Mind you that the target is 242, so we're just 131 away from victory with 31 overs in hand. We should get this quite comfortable. Dazzell is going to bowl her 6th over, none for 30 thus far. She's over the wicket, bowls to Matthews, who on the back foot forces it back to the bowler, and there was no run. 111 for 1, Matthews is on 70. So she was back off a length there, and she forces it back to the bowler, and there was no run. Dazzell tosses the ball from hand to hand. She turns at the top of her mark. She looks up and she sees that Ailey Matthews, the West Indies captain, is ready. So she starts her running. She passed the umpire and did not deliver. I don't know if that was a warning to Stephanie Taylor or she just missed it completely, but she did not deliver. We'll see. We'll look at Stephanie Taylor in this next delivery in particularly. She's on 32 from 43. As we're going to watch now as Dazzell. She moves in now to Matthews. Over the wicket, bowls to Matthews. Matthews whipped this away through mid-wicket. It running out towards the boundary. The fielder came around, picks up with her left hand, and they will come back for 2. So they are back for 2. And Matthews now moves up to 72. Taylor on 32. West Indies 113 for 1. 19.2 overs have been bowled as Matthews now yet another half century in the bag. And following her mama to 150 in the first match, she probably would want to go very close to that in this. As Dazzell comes in, bowls back off a length, Matthews look to pull, misses down the leg side. The keeper collects, wide signal, 114 for 1 West Indies. Matthews remain on 72, Taylor is on 32. Dazzell, none for 33 from her 5.2 overs. Here is Dazzell now, comes in over the wicket. Ball to Matthews, and Matthews hit this high over mid-off. It bunks away into the long on boundary for 4. So that she was on her back foot and she hit it over the fielder at long off, and it bunks into the long on boundary for 4. Did I say long off? No, it was mid-off. She was deep in her crease and she hit it over mid-on, and it bunks away into the long on boundary for 4. So she moves up to 76 from 72, 118 for 1 West Indies. Taylor is on 32 from 43 deliveries. She played a lot of... Both these batters played a lot of cricket with men. I think there was a time when there was a tournament going on in the West Indies, a regional tournament for women going on, and Ailey Matthews came under a lot of flack because she reported that she was injured and she was actually seen playing men cricket in Barbados, while she reported that she was injured and she could not turn up for the competition. It was last year or this year, but one of those. I think it was probably last year. Dazzell comes into Matthews. She's in. Matthews drive in the air, drop that cover, and it runs away down to the boundary for 4. So drop at cover, she moves up to 80 as Dazzell pitched up and she drove at that. It went in the air to the fielder at cover who dropped it, and it goes down to the boundary at backward point for 4. Pitched up, peel off the outside edge, dropped by the fielder at cover, and down to the boundary for 4. So that takes Matthews up to 80, 122 for 1. I'm going to watch now as Dazzell, none for 41 from her 5.4. She's over the wicket. And bowl to Matthews. And Matthews, after back foot, pull this over deep mid-wicket. It bounces away into the boundary for 4 more. So Matthews dealing with boundaries here now. They can't bowl to Matthews. At this space, on this pitch, they cannot bowl to Matthews. She's going to murder them, and she's batting with some vengeance following those comments. You know? And I'm sure we have heard none of it today. 3 consecutive 4s thus far. Matthews is now on 84 from 74 deliveries, as the present run rate have gone above 6. 3 consecutive boundaries. Dazzell must be wondering what hit her. She comes in, bows to Matthews, outside the off stump, slower delivery, and she cracks it down to backward point for 4 more. 4 consecutive deliveries. The West Indies captain is putting on a show here for us. 4 consecutive boundaries in that over. 130 for 1. Matthews is an 88. So having dropped as she drove one, you know, and it peeled off the outside edge and it went to that fielder at cover who dropped the catch, then she was made to pay it because it followed up with 4 consecutive, 3 more boundaries. So West Indies 130 for 1, just a mere 112 runs now to win with 9 wickets in hand. So this should be another walk in the park, and Matthews is in vintage form. Taylor just guide this out into the offside and said, come Matthews, the strike is yours. 131 for 1. It's just tip and run cricket. Get the Matthews on strike because she's in the mood. She's in the mood to rip these Irish apart. She's in the mood to do serious mental damage to them, psychological damage. That's the mood that the West Indies Captain is in. We're going to watch Murray comes in, bowls to her, and she's off the back foot, and she just played it to the field that cover, and there was no run. She's really in that mood to do serious psychological damage to these Irish ladies they talk too much. They're silent now like a lamb. Over the wicket, both the matches, and she steered this away, can't beat backward point on this occasion, and there was no run. Oh, the return comes in over the keeper's head, and that was deliberate as they look to get Matthews off strike, but no, they're messing it up now, and they come back for two. Oh, they're just throwing the ball all away. Their brain gone. I always told you about the story about Andrew, the taxi driver that I used to play back in the days. I used to play some domino with him. And when Andrew is on top, Andrew would say, boy, your brain gone. Lick out your brain. Well, what does that mean here now? The stroke play of the West Indies captain, Ailey Matthews, have hit out the brains of the Irish team. Off the back foot again, and she slapped this down to the field, coming off the boundary. One more to the total. West Ailey Matthews move up to 91. Stephanie Taylor on 33 will comes into strike. West Indies 134 for 1. You know, so she have hit out their brain. As bowls to Taylor, and Taylor hit this away down to mid-wicket for 4. It was a full toss, and she hit it down to the mid-wicket boundary for 4. So that will take her up to 37 from 45 deliveries. Full toss, and she hit it down to the mid-wicket boundary for 4. They are frazzled. Yeah, they're frazzled right now. They don't know. They just want to get off the park. You can see it. They just want to get off the park, and they said, what happened? What happened? What's the difference between now and the World Cup? What happened? You know, they just want to get off the park. 138 for 1, just 104 needed. And they really don't know what to do at this time. They don't know what to bowl. They don't know where they are. Everything is like a blur. 91 is Matthews. Taylor is off the back foot. She plays this to the field, that extra cover, and there was no run. End of the over, 138 for 1. Matthews is on 91. Taylor is on 37. In leading up to was it the 2002 World Cup? There's this footballer from the United States, London Donovan. And they were playing against the United States of America. Brazil was playing against the United States of America. And at halftime, United States were leading 1-0. And in the second half, Brazil turned on the style. After the match, they asked Donovan what happened between the first half and the second half. And Donovan replied, the second half was a blur. Didn't know what was happening. As the Brazil players started to ping the ball around the park at lightning speed, everything just became a blur to the US players. So this is what is happening now to the Irish. The batting of Ailey Matthews is just a blur to them. They don't know what is happening. They are just on autopilot. Absolutely a blur. They're mentally gone. They can't do anything right now. Let's watch now as Little comes into the attack. Bows to Matthews down the leg side. Wide signal, loud appeal, not outside the umpire. Didn't touch anything. Probably touched the pad, but clearly not the bat. And there's no DRS in this series. You know, that one seemed to have just missed the bat and clipped on the pad as Matthews looked to turn it down the inside. You cannot tell anything from that, but that big deflection came off the pad clearly. It was a big deflection which came off the pad. Little to Matthews, and Matthews deep in her crease. Work it to mid-on, no run. The score remains at 138 for 1. Matthews is on 91, looking at another second consecutive century in this series. She made a big 150 in the first match. 138 for one now. Taylor is on 37, her batting partner, the GOAT. Lewis, Litter, bowls to Matthews, who just worked this down to the fielder coming off the mid-wicket boundary, taking her score up to 92. Taylor on 37 from 46 will comes into strike. West Indies 139 for 1 after 21.3. So Litter in our first over conceded only 1 run from 3 deliveries. She's over the wicket. She bowls to Taylor, who guide this to backward point, who quickly in, prevent any run. The score remains at 139 for 1. 139 for 1. Matthews is on 92. Taylor is on 37. Litter yet to score. So we're going to watch as Taylor secures. Litter over the wicket, comes in, bowls to Taylor, who just dab this into the onside, and they go through for a quick singer. I think Taylor just, it appears to me that Taylor just wants to give Matthews the strike and is saying, you do your thing, boss lady. That's the impression that I'm getting here. She just wants to give Matthews the strike. West Indies need 102 to win now, so that target is coming down. Is that a no ball, the umpire signal? Just looking at the umpire, checking on her. No, there's no free hit. So just, what does that mean here? So we're gonna watch now as Litter comes into Matthews. She's in, bowls to Matthews, and Matthews drive, cannot beat extra cover, who shied at the non-strikers then and allow the batters to go through for a single. As that one whipped, she, she shied at the number strikers then. And it's almost as if Stephanie Taylor is just baiting her to shy at the non-striker's end, because she know that she was not far enough out, and the fielder took the bait and shied at the stump, misses, and the West Indies were able to get through to the singer and get Ailey Matthews on strike. So Matthews move up to 93. Taylor remains on 38. Prendergrass is coming back into the attack after 22 overs. West Indies 141 for 1. So the game is just being slowed up here, particularly by the West Indies batters. You know, they're taking a long time to get on with the game while the Irish are ready and waiting on them. And I don't like this, you know. I don't like this. Cricket is already a slow game. Why should you slow it up some more? So now the Irish are starting to make some adjustment in the field. So while they were there waiting, why were they making those adjustments? Why they wait until the batters are ready before they start making the adjustment? Prendergrass, is it? She's over the wicket, bowls to Matthews, and Matthews steer this away down towards backward point. It's going to go into the boundary now for 4. She just hit it away down towards backward point. 145 for 1, West Indies. So less than 100 needed now, 97 needed. That was back of a length outside the off stump, and Matthews steered it away down to the backward point boundary for 4. And Matthews really wants to discipline Prendergast, you know. She wants to discipline her. We're going to watch. Prendergast is over the wicket, bowls to Matthews, full toss. She dug it out, shied at the stump. The keeper backs up. It was a drop in full toss, and because we are not, this angle doesn't gives us the ball. We're not behind the ball. The ball is coming to us from this angle whenever they're showing us this angle. So you can't really judge the length of the ball as such when you are looking at it from this angle when it is coming to you. And that ball initially looks like a full toss, but when you saw Matthews have to drop the bat on it, you realize that it has turned into a Yorker. We're gonna watch Prendergast over the wicket. She comes in, bowls to the West Indies captain who drives to extra cover, who misfield, but mid-off was backing up. The score remains at 145 for one. Matthews, she's a 97 from 85 deliveries, and she's high up another 100. So 145 for one. Taylor is on 38. Matthews is on 97. Let's watch now as she comes in now. Prendergast on her way, bowl to Matthews, and Matthews steer this away straight to backward point, who picks up cleanly and whips the return in to the keeper's gloves. The score remains at 145 for one. 2 to come in the over. We're going to watch now. Prendergast is on her way. She's over the wicket. She bowls to Matthews, and Matthews turned this into the onside. Mid-on has to come to her right. And just outside the 30-yard circle, she sends the return in. That's Maguire. And by the time she had done so, the West Indies are through for a single. 146 now for one, with Matthews on 98. 1 to come in the over. Taylor, it seems like it's a long time Taylor haven't been on strike. She's on 38 from 48. As Prendergast comes into her. She's in bowl. She's off the back foot. She's eased it down to the fielder on the cover boundary to take the score up now to 147. Matthews will stay on 38. Taylor, who's on 39 from 49, will keep the strike. So West Indies should run out again. They should run out again to be another easy win for the West Indies. No fuss. No, we're just cruising to yet another victory. Really, there shouldn't be any big deal here. And goes up 2 love in the series. And by going up 2 love in the series, we collected another 2 points, which will take us up the table. Because coming to the series, we're only on 2 points from 6 games. But the thing about it, we would have already played Australia. So that was always going to be in our favor. Little over the wicket to Taylor, who blocks it down the offside of the pitch, the bowler field. There was no run. 147 for one. Matthews is on 98. So let's watch now as she comes in now. Little bowl to Taylor. After back foot, she cuts and misses, and the ball goes through to the keeper, and there was no run. John Moore, small good day to you, man. Big up yourself. Yes, Stephen Russell, series win today. Agree with you. Yeah, man, today, comfortable series win. Big up yourself, gentlemen. Appreciate it. 147 for one, Taylor. As Little is over the wicket, bowls to her, and she just dabbed it into the offside and called through her captain. The return comes in at the keeper's end. The keeper failed to collect, and they will come back for 2. So 2 more to the West Indies total. That took Taylor up to 41 from 52 deliveries. Matthews is on 99 from 87. There's a moment where Matthews seemed to have changed gear, but somehow I don't know. Probably she geared back down and said, let me get this 100 first. And when I get this 100, it will be slaughter time. It will be hammering time. Little over the wicket, bowls to Taylor, and Taylor cuts, cannot beat backward point. And there was no run. That backward point have definitely gone fine, haven't her? So maybe we probably need to start playing the ball a little earlier. I know they will adjust. Yes. Little. She's over the wicket. She's going to bowl to Stephanie Taylor. She's in over the wicket, ball to Taylor, and Taylor turned this away to the right of the mid-on, was to run in, and when she picks it up, she shied it to the bowler, who stopped it this time. So Taylor moves up to 42. Matthews on 98 comes into strike. So this is Matthews, Ada Matthews, the West Indies captain. She's on 98. She comes into strike. Outside the half stump, and she cuts it to backward point, and there was no run, and she cuts that rather hard. The West Indies 150 is up. So we just need a further 92 runs to win from 26 overs. The number of deliveries is not the problem here. I don't see West Indies losing from here. The Irish would have to get wickets in a bungle, and this pitch is flat and easy for batting, and their bowling is not posing a threat, as Taylor works this one from Prendergrass down back with a square leg straight to the fielder, who lobs the return into the keeper. She collects it on the bunks. Matthews will come into strike now. So 150 is the partnership between these two. Rihanna Grimman got out when the score was on 1. Prendergrass over the wicket to Matthews, turn it to mid-wicket for a single. She's at 99 now. West Indies move up to 152 for 1. Just turn that away into the offside, onside for another single. Yeah, so please, I want persons to vote. So increased investment in women cricket continues to lead. I really want to see Africa. We only have 26 votes. Let's try to get it up to 100 votes, please. Over the wicket comes Prendergrass, bowls to Taylor, who plays this to mid-on, and there was no run. 152 for 1. Matthews is on 99, on the verge of her second consecutive century in this series, after a big 150 in the previous match. West Indies winning that match by 9 wickets. Hope we can repeat that feat here today, as Prendergrass to Taylor, and Taylor covers up and played it to mid-on, and there was no run. She just came on the front foot, played it to mid-on, and there was no run. The score remains at 152 for 1. You know, somehow we just need, I just get the feeling that we need to see some fireworks, you know? Some fireworks would be good. I really want Matthews to get to this 100, because I know when she gets to this 100, there will be definitely some fireworks. 152 for 1. Prendergrass turns at the top of her mark, and she runs in to the former West Indies captain, the World Cup winning captain, bowls back of a length, pulled away down backward of square leg, in the gap between the backward of square leg and the deep mid wicket for 4. She moves up to 47 from 58 deliveries. That was back of a length, and she just pulled it away down backward of square leg for 4 more. 156 for 1 West Indies, as Prendergrass was short, and she pulled it nicely in the gap. So the fielder at mid-wicket on the boundary, and there's a fielder at backward square leg on the boundary, and it was right in the gap between both of them. 156 for 1. Prendergrass over the wicket. Ball to Taylor down the leg side. Good stop by the keeper. Wide signal. It's now 157 for 1. Matthews is on 99, but she's a non-striker. West Indies going at almost 6.5 runs per over here. The required run rate is down to less than 4 runs per over, less than 3.5 runs per over. The required run rate is down to that. 6 runs out of this over thus far. We're going to watch now as Prendergrass comes into Taylor. She's in, ball to Taylor, and Taylor on the front foot. Loud appeal, not outside the umpire. The score remains at 157 for 1 at the end of over number 25. So we are halfway stage in the over, and Matthews now will get a chance to bring up her 100, her second 100 of the tournament. There seems to be an injury to someone here. Is it Matthews? Because the physio is out. She probably taking a tablet there. We know that, she had a medical condition from she was a child. So maybe she needed to take a tablet now. Or I don't know, it's probably either painkillers, but the physio came out and she took a tablet. So I don't know if it's that medical condition that she always had, or probably it's a painkiller or something. So West Indies needed 85 runs from 25 overs. 25 overs equal 150 deliveries. So no. When it comes to the over, there's no problem there. It's it's 65 more deliveries than the runs that we needed. I hope she's well though. I hope it's just the routine tablet for her medical condition, or is it probably just some pain tablets. I hope she's well overall. But we are ready to go. 157 for 1. Matthews just beaten outside the half stump as that one touched down and held it line from Little and goes through to the keeper. She's standing up behind the stump. Matthews, probably just play at that one outside the half stump, and it beats her and goes through to the keeper. So she just resetting herself here now. As she looks back at the keeper and realizes that the keeper is close to the stump. Little bowl to Matthews. A missed time a drive that bounced back to the keeper, to the bowler, and there was no run. 157 for 1. A missed time in that drive. She was looking for the drive, but she mistimed it, and it goes back to the bowler. So we're going to watch now as Little. Thank everyone for being here. The West Indies women on the verge of another win here. Over the wicket. She bowls to Matthews, and Matthews off the back foot and forces it away through the gap down towards the field and the cover boundary. And that's her 100, her second consecutive 100 here. And Matthews is loving it here at Breedy in Ireland. Okay, the West Indies captain, her second consecutive 100, following her big 100 in the first innings. She and Stefani Taylor hugged each other. 158 for 1. This pair have had 157 runs thus far, and the crowd is absolutely silent. So just checking there. The umpire was checking something there, and it's modern time now. And as Matthews played this away down towards that field, Taylor played it away down towards the field on the boundary. What was I think what the umpire had was checking some numbers, some medical numbers from Matthews there. That piece of device was checking some medical numbers. I hope she should be all right. Over the wicket, bowls to Matthews off the back foot. She cracks this to the field at cover. Cannot score. She just rocked back and cracks that to the field that covers. So I think what happened there, the device that the umpire was showing Matthews and letting her look at the reading on it is to show that the numbers are okay. It has to do with something medical, of course. Little is over the wicket to Matthews, 159 for 1. She comes in, bowls to Matthews, and she hit this high in the air. The fielders are underneath it. It dropped. No, she took the catch. Matthews go. So Matthews gone for exactly 100. And I don't know if she's feeling well enough. So congratulations to Matthews on her second consecutive 100. But I don't know if I don't get the impression that she is 100% well, you know. And we remember that World Cup match that she had a piece of cake before they took the field, and she was still probably about 18 at that time, and she was unable to take the field. She had to get medical attention, and just now you saw the physio come out, and she took a tablet, and also you saw the umpire giving her a reading of some numbers. So maybe she's not quite 100%. Um, we hope that she's okay. We definitely hope that she's okay. And maybe it's the best thing for her to get off the field. Having made the 100, West Indies just needing 41 and 42, 83 to win. So we can see this through. We can definitely see this through. Definitely. So Dottin comes to the crease to bat in the first time in this series after heroics in the World Cup. Taylor drives back to the bowler, and I think what we're going to have now, we're going to see probably Taylor looking to play a few more shots instead of just trying to turn over the strike to Matthews. So we could see Taylor playing a few more shots. He's on 48 from 61 as Prendergast comes in, bowls to tail, and she cuts past backward point, work for the field on the boundary. She came to her left, picks up, sends the return in, and the batters are back for two. Two more runs to the score. That will take West Indies up now to 161 for two. 161 for two. And that's Taylor half century. Another half century from her. And she have hit 7 fours in this 50. So Taylor, yet another half century from the veteran West Indies batter, the GOAT of women batting, the former captain, the winning World Cup captain. So 50 for her, 161 for two. As Prendergast comes in bowls and she covers up and played it down the onside of the pitch, and there is no run. Thank you, Verde Fiver. We appreciate it. I appreciate it much, man. And thanks very much. Yes, Steve Russell, it was an excellent job by the captain. Another 100, the second consecutive one. Um, Jamor Small, you think that she wants to come off the field? Probably. I can't doubt that. I can't doubt that. Prendergast, the Taylor off the back foot, can't beat backward point. The score remains at 161 for two. I can't doubt that because with everything that happened, she looks like she slowed down a little. The tablet, the reading. So she probably wanted to come off. She probably wanted, and maybe it's the best thing. But the important thing is that she got the 100. She got the 100, and she's off, and she will be getting. If she needs medical care now she can get it as Taylor plays this to backward point. The fielder closing quickly, and there was no run. We are well ahead of the required run rate. The required run rate is 3.5 runs per over. We are scoring at 6 runs per over. We need 39 and 42, 81 from 23.2 overs. So that's 20. That's 140 deliveries. Taylor cuts this time. She beat the backward point, but straight to the sweeper on the cover boundary. So she will go up to 51. As Dottin will comes into strike, she will face. Oh, it's the end of the over. Taylor pinched the strike. Taylor pinched the strike. So Dottin is yet to face a delivery. And so Taylor will remain on strike. She is on 51 from 66, 162 for two West Indies. So West Indies have lost 3 wickets in the series while scoring over 434 runs. Is that right? Yeah, four. How many did we score in the first match? Was it we scored 270 or was it 268 flat? Well, if that's the case, it will be 430 for 3. Off the back foot, Taylor cuts bottom edge it down to short. Third man, Dottin Calder through, and Taylor moves up to 52. Dottin will finally take strike. West Indies 163 for 2. Will finally take strike, Dottin. So she really wanted to come on strike. Yes. So Little, 1 for 9 from her 3.1 overs. She have gotten the wicket of the big fish. Over the wicket comes Little. Bowls to Dutton, and Dutton drives in the air to the left of cover, down to the sweep on the cover boundary. That one traveled in the air for a long time, and for a moment there, having seen the ball hit in the air in the covers, and you knew that there are 3 fielders circling around in the covers, just ready to pounce on anything. But that ball was in the gap. It was to the left of the extra cover as it goes down towards the sweep on the cover boundary, dotting off the mark. 164 for 2. Little ball to Taylor, who cuts, can't beat cover, or misfield. Will they go through for a single? Let's see. Yes, they are through for a single. The fielding of the Irish is absolutely terrible. This fielding by the Irish is poor. I can imagine they are shell shocked from the performance of Ailey Matthews as she was looking to tear them apart. But they need to do better. They are professional athletes. They are well paid. It's 165 for 2. Dutton is on strike. Little comes in, bowls to Dutton. Dutton forces it back to the bowler. It bunks off her foot and it goes to the fielder at extra cover, who whips the return into the keeper. The score remains at 165 for 2. 2 to come in this over number 28. It has been bowled by Little. She has gotten a 1 for 11 thus far from her 3.4 overs. Let's watch now as she turns and she begins to move into the West Indies all-rounder Deandra Dutton. She's past the umpire now, bowls to Dutton, and Dutton covers up and pushes it to extra cover, and there was no run. 165 for 2 with 1 to come in the over. The 2 batters to be dismissed, Reliana Grimman, she made not, poking at one lazily outside her off stump, nicked off to the keeper. And Ailey Matthews, who seemed to have some concern and was out caught on the pitch for a well-played 100. Their second consecutive 100. Litties over the wicket, bowls to Dutton, and Dutton slapped this to mid-off, who field, and there was no run. 28 have gone. 165 for 2 West Indies. Dutton is on 1. Taylor is on 53. Prendergrass have so far bowled 7 overs, and she has taken 1 for 39 as West Indies just a mere 77 runs now away from victory at 165 for 2. 77 needed of 22 overs. That's 132 deliveries, and it's a mere 77 needed as the batters converge in the middle of the pitch while they adjust the side screen. So Taylor just retaking her guard as Dempsey is going to come back into the attack. She has so far bowled 4 overs, none for 18. Hop on a skip, and then she begins to move in. She's over the wicket, bowls to Taylor, and Taylor defends. And it goes down the offside, and there was no run. Taylor defends that one. Yeah, me too, Steve Russell. I just hope so too. Yeah. And it's on a speculation, you know. We well she did take the physio did have to come out to give her a tablet, so it's something would have not been should not have been totally comfortable. So yeah, I agree with you. I hope that she will be better. Yes. Whether it's just some pain or whether it's from the medical condition that she had from a child, we hope that should be okay. Datin faces up to Dempsey. Sorry, Taylor. It's Taylor or Datin. It's Datin. Datin that play that one to mid on and they go through for a single. The score goes up to 167. So 2 singles out of this over thus far from 3 deliveries. 167 for 2. Taylor is on 54. West Indies needs 75 runs to win from here. Taylor worked this to mid on and there is no run. Datin remains on 2, 167 for 2 West Indies. Dempsey have bowled 4.4 overs, none for 20. Taylor, she's on 54 with the big number 7 in her back. She's a Ronaldo fan. Over the wicket, come Dempsey, bowls to Taylor and she cuts, can't beat backward point. And they have brought, the Irish have really done their homework because she's so fine at backward point. And in the previous match, we got so many runs through there. So 167 for 2. We're going to watch Dempsey comes into Taylor. She's in bowl to Taylor, and Taylor worked this into the onside straight to the fielder at mid-wicket. The score remains at 167 for 2 at the end of over number 29. She just worked that one into the onside. 167 for 2 at the end of over number 29. So I've put a strong hold on the batting since the dismissal of Aileen Matthews. If we look, the required rate is 3.75 and the current rate is 5.76. The target is 242, so that's 33 and 42, that's 75. So 75, and it's 20.5, which makes it 125. So 125 deliveries to get 75. So there's 50. So that gap is closing in. When Matthews was there, the gap was 65 just before Matthews got out. So there have been 10 dot balls since. I can't recall a boundary since Matthews have been dismissed, as Datin drives this to mid-off. And there was no run. And I know persons like Mr. Casanova is probably start fretting now, although there's no reason why West Indies should lose this match. But Mr. Casanova is a fretter, man. He is an absolute fretter. He's an absolute fretter. As Datin drives to mid-on and they go through for a single, it was straight to mid-on. If she had picked up cleanly there, Datin would have been in trouble. But it bounced out of her hand, and the Irish, they held their head because they knew if she had picked up cleanly, Datin would have been in trouble. So Taylor retaking her guard here. That's retaking her guard as we're going to watch as Litter comes into her. So Litter is over the wicket, bowls to Taylor, and Taylor forced this back down the offside of the pitch to mid-off, and there was no run. So it's really slowing up here. The women are really slowing up. It's really slowing up right now. I thank everyone for being here. We're going to win this match, though. I definitely think that we're going to win this match. We're going slower than we would like to be going at this time, but I still think that in the end, we're going to win this match. Let's watch now as Litter comes in over the wicket, bowls to Taylor, and Taylor hit it up and over, down towards the boundary for 4. Lovely shot. Oh, such. If you remember, not Viv Richards, Richard Richardson, the only thing that this one was in the air, but it was a typical Richard Richardson shot, up and over the cover, down to the boundary for 4, just standing tall as a West Indies batter outside the off stump, and all that arrogance and that flair from Richie Richardson down to the boundary for 4. She moves up now to 58 from 75 deliveries as Litty is over the wicket again, comes into her, and she just dabbed this into the offside as the fielder was right back on the edge of the circle. Intelligent, experienced. She moves up now to 59 from 73. Having played that flamboyant shot over the top of the fielders down to the boundary, they would have gone right back to the edge of the circle. Her experience now just tell her that she's going to tip and run, and that's all she did. She just tip and run and move her score up to 59. The West Indies total is now 181 for 2, as we need a further 19 and 42, 61. We need a further 61 runs to win this match. So Matthews made 100 from 94 deliveries before she was out caught on the pitch. And before her, though, Grimman was out caught behind off the ball and of Prendergrass, as Taylor flashes outside the half stump and misses off the ball enough Dempsey and Hunter Calix, and there was no run. 173 for 2. She's on 59. We're going to watch now as here is Dempsey comes in now, bowls to Matthews, and Matthews covers up, plays it back down the middle of the pitch to the bowler who field, and again there was no run. Yes. Sorry about that. Yeah. Yeah, the match is getting boring, you know. Yeah, it's almost as if I want to fall asleep. We're gonna watch now. She comes in bowls and she's off the back foot. She steered this away down to the field at backward point, and there once again there was no run. Yeah, she just steered that away down to the field at backward point, and again there was no run. So please hit that thumbs up button, please. So we're looking forward to some more votes here. We only have 32 votes so far on the poll. So here is Dempsey bowls to Taylor, and she swings across the line, and the fielder at mid wicket made a half stop. I don't know if it was a catch because we're not really seeing the thing properly. Nonetheless, she got a singer, but the fielder at mid wicket stopped it. I don't know if it was a stop or it was a drop catch. The reaction suggests that it was a stop because you don't see any hands and head or anything. So Dempsey to bowl to Dottin, 174 for 2. Dottin over just playing this one away to that field at mid wicket, and there was no run as Dempsey was over the wicket to the West Indies all-time all-rounder, big-time all-rounder. And it's just that so much damage was done that we can really cruise now, and especially that 4 that Taylor would have hit in the previous over would have just released some of the shockers. Dempsey to Dottin, who works this in the gap between mid on and mid wicket. It's running out towards the boundary, gone for 4. Wow. It's just, she just tapped it into that here and it gone for 4. And we saw Ada Matthews played a similar shot and it went for 4. So that side of the ground, was it that same side? We're not seeing the scoreboard, so we don't know if it's the same side. So Taylor just retaking her guard. 178 for 2. Please keep the comments coming. Important that you keep the comments coming, please. Really want to hear from you. Maguire is back into the attack now. She's going to bowl to Taylor, and Taylor drives, open the face of the bat to the right of backward point, to comes across and picks up, and they stay in their crease, and there's no run. 178 for 2. 178 for 2. Just let's watch and see now. Maguire the left arm orthodox spinner. She's round the wicket, bowls to Taylor, and Taylor forward and blocks it into the offside. Extra cover cannot prevent the run. And they will get another one. They'll get another one. So 2 more to Taylor, which should take her now up to 62. 180 for 2. West Indies need 52 to win. Taylor need 38 for the century. There's a difference of, what, at 14? No, she won't make it. She will really have to play some shots here now. It's a easy like Sunday morning, Steve Russell, down the leg side. She looks to pull. Wide signal. It's indeed, it's a Sunday morning, and we are very easy on this Sunday morning. What a good one, that Stephen Russell. That's an absolutely good one, that Stephen Russell. Easy like Sunday morning, because it is a Sunday morning and it's very, very easy. Maguire bowl to Taylor, hop on over, down to the boundary for 4. This is what we want to see, man. Oh, it's time, man. It's full time, man. It's time, tapping the ball around, making these Irish girl believe they are bowling anything. They are not bowling anything. And she just hit that over the mid-off fielder down to long on for 4. So she moves up to 66 because she really not bowling anything. She just hit that away. Lovely shot. So we're going to watch now as Maguire is going to bowl again. She's a left-arm orthodox spinner. Bowl to Stephanie Taylor. Bowls. She's deep in her crease, and she worked it away down towards short fine leg. They're gone for 1. Will they come back for 2? The fielder coming off the backward square leg boundary. Close it down. So Taylor moves up to 67. 186 for 2. Just needing another 56 runs to win from here. The required run rate is just about 3. The target is 240 to remind you. We just need about 46 runs to win from here. Datin is on 7 from 10. Maguire comes in, bowls to Datin down the leg side. A swing and a miss. Wide signal. 187 for 2. Datin, she's on 7 from 10. Taylor is on 67 from 84. 67 from 84. Easy like Sunday morning, said Stephen Russell. And indeed, Stephen Russell, it is absolutely easy like a Sunday morning. No pressure on the West Indies team here. Absolutely no pressure. We can win this with our eyes closed to take a winning 2-0 series lead. And more importantly, those 2 points towards the championship. Maguire bowls to Datin, who works this away down to fine leg. Work for the field on the backward square leg boundary. That should come back for 2 now. Definitely come back for 2. Yes. Good fleet of foot there from Datin. 2 more to the West Indies total. 189 now for 2. It moves Datin up to 9. Taylor is on 67. We are in over number 32. So 18 overs after this one. As she comes in now, bowls to Datin. Full toss, which she hit high in the air. She mistimed it, mid-on gets under, it took the catch, Datin goes. Full toss, she hit it high in the air, and Datin goes. And still some work to be done. Still some work to be done. Is it still easy like Sunday morning? She hit that high in the air, Stephen Russell. Well, Shemaine Campbell is going to come now and is going to get very busy because she's going to use her feet. She's going to sweep. She's going to reverse sweep. She's going to do everything that a wicketkeeper usually does. So Murray taking the catch. Murray taking the catch there. Off the bowling of Maguire. So she's going to do everything that a wicketkeeper usually does. It was a full toss, and that hit across the line. It went high in the air. She got height, no distance. Good catch using the reverse cup there, Murray. You know, she was comfortable under the catch. And so here come, that doesn't look like Canberra, that look like Glasgow. Yeah, where you look at the mammary gland and you know, yes, it is Glasgow. Yeah, you could see the mammary glands from afar. So 189 for 3. Taylor on 67. Glasgow is the new batter. She had a good spell this morning. I think that Matthews bowled her 1 over too many. She bowled her 8 on the trot. But her first 7 overs were good. I think the last one, they took about 11 or 15 runs out of the last one, something like that. You know, so, but it was good. It was. It was good. But no, the only bowler that Matthews take off when she's bowling good is Ali Alane, eh? Not true. Matthews have something against Alane. I'll leave it at that. Whatever it is. We're gonna watch Murray. Murray is the right arm leg spinner, so Ireland are sensing a hoping in here, so they bring back who they think is their best wicket taking threat. She comes in bowl to Stephanie Taylor, who plays it back on the bunks to the bowler, spectator catch. And there was no run. We're gonna watch Murray again. She's gonna come in now to bowl to Stephanie Taylor. She's in bowl to Stephanie Taylor, who swept this away powerfully, but straight to the field, that backward square leg for a single. So one more to the total. And 190 now. So 52 away from victory. 52 away from victory. They need to play some shots, man. They need to definitely play some shots, because this Irish, they are now slowing down the game and giving the impression that they can win this. And it's West Indies. You can see the difference in the body language of the Irish to when Matthews was batting. There was a different body language. His shoulder was droop, and there was nothing. There was a simple nothing. But now they seem to want to think that they can win. So comes in, bowls to Glasgow, and Glasgow off the back foot, and she looks to hit it into the offside. It bongs to the fielder at extra cover. She was looking to give herself room, as she usually does. She loves to play through the offside. Basil Butcher will tell you that's the only place she can play. Well, it comes in now, Bowes, and she hit this powerfully through the offside. It running out towards the boundary. Two fielder, misfield, and a third coming around from the sweeper boundary could not get there. It goes into the boundary for four. It was a powerful shot. Want to see the replay, because did some misfield here as she hit it. It was in the air. It was right between the mid half and the extra cover. There were hands and head. I cannot tell you if it was a drop catch, but it did it in the air. Whether it bounced before it reached the field or not, I cannot tell you. Bowls to Glasgow, and she was looking to give herself room, and then she checked the shot and guided it down towards the field, coming off the cover boundary for another run. West Indies now move up to 195 for three, with one delivery to come in over number 33. Stephanie Taylor, she's on 68. Glasgow have faced three deliveries, she's on 5, and she looked business-like. Here is Murray, the right arm leg spinner. Bowls to Taylor, who drives it back to the bowler, who off-stopped it and then mid-on complete the work. It's 195 for 3 at the end of over number 33. So in a little while, it will be the drinks break. I think after the next over or two, there will be the drinks break. And I hope that tactics here, somebody needs to play some shots, man, and just take the game away from the Irish, because you can see they are now beginning to think that they have a chance. And they don't have a chance. They don't. You know, it's still easy like Sunday morning. So someone need to play some shots. Yeah, we need a few boundaries to change the process. I agree with I agree with you. We need a few boundaries to change the process. Definitely, I think so. So Maguire, 5 overs, 1 for 32. She's a left arm orthodox spinner. She's going to go over the wicket to Glasgow. Is a left-handed batter, and she's taking a long time to be ready here. She just came out, and why is she taking so long to be ready? Why she didn't fix up herself from she was in the pavilion? Can never understand. You know, it's just the mindset, a lack of attention to details. And she hit this powerfully to mid-off and threw mid-off down to the boundary for 4. That was pitched up, and she hit it hard straight to mid-off. Should have been stopped, but it's through mid-off. This Irish team is feeling poor, very, very poor feeling. They just simply cannot feel, you know. That's it. No, I don't think anyone is panicking. It's just that they are making the cricket so poor. They're boring. Did she? Well, you see, I was reading your comment there, Jamor Small, and I was reading that comment that Glasgow is gone. So I'll have to watch the replay. But Glasgow has been caught. And just I was saying that the Irish feeling was poor, it seems like somebody pulled off a stunner. So waiting on the replay, just waiting to see what happened. Are they gonna check it? There's a drinks break now. So Glasgow draws his bat off. She came, she hit 2 fours, she made 9, and then and she's gone. So it's a drinks break. I'm gonna look at the replay, and after looking at this replay, she just popped it to mid wicket, and Basil is going to say, "You see, I told you, she can't play when the ball is close to her." She just popped it to mid wicket, and it was a comfortable catch. And yet another West Indies batter is coming out, and she's not quite prepared, as the emergency fielder have to be making some adjustment. It's the drinks break, and we seem to want to give Ireland an opportunity here to make they feel that they are still in this, and we should never be in that position to be giving them that opportunity to find it.
Oh yeah, 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 oh yeah. Hey there, what you drinking? 2 shots, let's pour it out. I know what you're thinking, but tomorrow won't come for us. This life that we're living, ain't never gonna give it up. Double shot for the gifted, and one more for us. There you go, drink it up. All this love in a cup. Yeah, we go slow, we go fast. Yeah, we can't get enough. We stay all day, all night, living in paradise. Remember, you don't get it twice. The time of your life. This is the time of your life. Remember, you don't get it twice. The time of your life. Don't look at the past, no, we're not going that way. Oh, now make it last, make it last to the break of day. No matter what people say, live life in a fast lane. Double shot for the gifted, triple shot for the pain. There you go, drink it up, all this love in a cup. Yeah, we go slow, we go fast. Yeah, we can't get enough. We stay all day, all night, living in paradise. Remember, you don't get it twice. The time of your life. This is the time of your life. Remember, you don't get it twice. The time of your life. Remember, you don't get it twice. The time of your life.
Just about ready to resume.
Oh yeah, 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 oh
yeah. This must stop. This must stop. Mic check. Okay, you're hearing me now nice and clearly. Yeah, thank you very much. Appreciate that. So welcome back. 199 for 4. As Camber comes onto the front foot and stroke it into the offside, they go through for a quick singer. That's the West Indies $200 is up now. So 42 runs needed. The match suddenly become tighter than we really wanted it to be. We never really want this to be. We still need 42 runs, 6 wickets in hand. We need a little steadying partnership here, just a partnership of about 25, 30 minimum to just steady the ship. Maguire, the left arm, combos to Taylor, who swept this down towards the backward square leg for a single. So another run there. So we just need to just steady the ship here now. 201 for 4. You know, because the Irish now, they are beginning to feel like they have a chance. You know, you can't take that away from them. Because, yes, because 6 wicket, 42 runs, anything can happen. Can be dry, it's past the bowler, mid-on stop, no run. End of 34, 201 for 4. West Indies need 41 with 6 wickets in hand. So they need to focus and play the game good and don't give away their wicket. I agree with you, Roxanne Gray. Big up yourself, Roxanne Gray. Thank you so much for being here with us. We always appreciate when our club members checked in. Every time. We appreciate that every time when our club members checked in. So, Murray is going to continue. She comes in now, bowl to Taylor and down the leg side, and Taylor swept this away. It's going to run very close to the fine leg boundary. The fielder came across, cannot get there. 205 for 4. So it's down in its 30s now. 37 runs needed. That was down the leg side, and Taylor just swept it away down towards the fine leg boundary, outside the leg stump. Good shot, just hitting down on the ball and beating the fielder on the deep backward square leg boundary by a long way, probably about 15 to 20 yards. Ball to Taylor again, and Taylor drives back to the bowler, and there's no runners. That one was well flighted. 205 for 4. Taylor is on 73. As we're going to watch now, Murray, the right-arm leg spinner. This is her 5th over. She comes in over the wicket. Bowl to Stephanie Taylor. Again down the leg side. She swept it. But I think this one is closer to the fielder. Oh, she cannot get there either. It's 4 more runs. This one was it much harder. And although it was closer to the fielder, she could not get around. Taylor moves up to 77. West Indies move up to 209 for 4. So once again, Murray's train outside the leg stump, and Taylor sweeping this one. She swept it a little earlier because it was closer to her, but then it was still 4 as the fielder was unable to get to it. So good shot there by Taylor. And now she's bringing the backward square leg finder. And so what we're going to expect to see from Taylor now is that she will play it earlier. As she comes in bowl, a full toss to Taylor, who hits it through mid-wicket. And it's going down towards the boundary. What does that mean here with the feed? It's into the boundary now for 4. So 3 consecutive 4 by Taylor, moving her up to 81, and West Indies 213 for 4. And that over could have well just turned the match here now. It was a full toss, and Taylor hit it past mid-wicket. Mid-wicket did get an hand to it in the air, but it passed her and down to the boundary for 4. 4 more. So 3 boundaries out of this over. Murray, the right-arm leg spinner, bowls to Taylor, and she covers up and played it into the offside. Then there's no run. So end of that over. So 29 needed. Taylor need 19. Cambridge on 1. Is the 100 on for Taylor? What do you think? Let me hear your view in the comments. I don't think Canberra should give it to her. I think if Taylor wants it, Taylor has to take it. I don't. With 6 wickets gone, driven down the ground for 4 by Canberra. It beat the bowler, beat the mid-on down to the boundary for 4, past the stump. Pitched up, and she drove it. 217 for 4. Yeah. The 6 wicket down. The scores are too close for you to give. Taylor is the one keeping this team together so long. Yeah. Yeah, the score too close for you to give somebody 100, as that is played into the offside and another run. So it goes up now to 218 for 4. Just 24 needed. Yeah. So she would have to take it. She would have to probably hit another 2 4s and 2 6s, and said and take it. But I want her to remain composed and know that the team winning is more important than the 100. She was winded up there, and then she played it to cover, and there was no run. But she was really winding up there for that shot. Thank everyone for being here. Please hit that thumbs up button. Here is Maguire, the left arm orthodox spinner. She's round the wicket now, bowls to Taylor, and Taylor down the leg side. She swept it away. This is run very close to the fine leg boundary. It's slowing up, but it's going. It's get there. 4 more by Taylor. Moves her up to 85. So she's on 85, 222 for 4. She needs 15. West Indies need 20. She has to. I still don't think that Campbell should be giving it to her with 6 wicket gone down. She will have to take it. I think she need to get into the 90s before I change that view. Outside the off stump, and she hits this to cover. She should have punished that, man. She should have punished that. And then the thought process probably would have started changing. 222 for 4. The return comes in, and they will go through for a quick single as the bowler failed to gather, and that's 223 now for 4. But that was another sloppy bit of feeling by Ireland. They're not hitting their target. Taylor is an 86. As Maguire, the left arm orthodox spinner, comes into the Campbell, played out into the offside, and Taylor called her through for a single. So Taylor is not thinking about the 100 here. She's thinking about getting the runs. So she's an 86 not out. Campbell is on 7. Campbell will keep the strike. 14 overs to go. 224 for 4. And I think that's the right approach from Taylor. Don't think about the 100. Think about getting the runs. Doesn't matter who's get them. Why not say with 6 wickets in hand and only 18 runs to get, you can probably give her the 100. Turn away down to back with a square leg for a single. So Canberra just rotating the strike here. West Indies are on 8. 225 for 4. Taylor is on 86. She comes into strike now. She needs 14, and West Indies needs 17. Dempsey is the fast bowler. She had opened the bowling for Scotland, for Ireland. She comes in, bowls to Taylor, and Taylor slapped this away down towards the cover boundary, but straight to the fielder on the cover boundary. 1 more to the total, taking it up now to 226 for 4. She moves up to 87. 16 needed. She's on 87. Canberra comes into strike. It's interesting. So the difference is just 3. She probably need to hit a 4 and a 6, and then we can say, yes, give her, right? But Canberra should not work that into the inside to mid-wicket, and there was no run. Do you think it is close? Do you think that with 16 runs from 81 deliveries, should Canberra be looking to give her the 100? I think it reached that stage, I think it reached that stage. I think it is close enough now for her to say, let's see what you can do, Taylor. I think it's close enough. She forward into the offside. Canberra looking for the single. It's not on as cover comes in and picks up. I just think with only 16 runs needed from 80 deliveries, I think now's the time when you can give your partner the single, the strike, to allow her to make the 100. 2 deliveries to come in this over. As we watch now as Canberra faces up now to Dempsey in her 7th over the wicket. Balls to Canberra is off the back foot, cannot beat backward point. And she underarm the return to the keeper. She does it shy and she makes sure she underarm it to the keeper because they have been very poor with their return. Because we have seen a number of return that didn't hit the target and allow West Indies to get the runs. When I say never hit the target, I mean the fielder, not the stump. The bowler or the keeper, it didn't go to them. It missed them by too far and allow West Indies to get runs. Over the wicket, Dempsey bowls to Canberra, covers up. That's the end of the over. Taylor will be on strike to start over number 38. West Indies 226 for 4. She's on 87. She needs 13. West Indies need 16 to win. And I think Canberra is playing it for her and once again, for the 2nd consecutive match, we find ourselves in this position where the team is playing for a player to get 100. And that's good in itself, you know. That's very good that you're in such a strong position that you don't have to be pushing for the win, but you can relax and allow a player who is in the 80s, or in the case of Grimman in the 90s, to try and get 100. Maguire, the left-arm orthodox spinner, comes into Taylor and she drives down to long off to the left of the field. Now comes around, picks up. They go through for a singer. She moves up to 88. She won't worry about that because she will be looking to probably hit 2 6s from here or 3 4s to get to the 100. And that's what would be in her mind as Canberra strokes it into the offside. There was a mix-up between cover and extra cover, but cover eventually field. As what a catch that was. I think Michael Douglas mentioned it earlier this morning from Claxton feeling mid-off. She swept this to mid-wicket, Canberra, as Paul came on the front foot and hit the ball in the air towards long off. Most of us thought it was 4. Then there's a set of nimble footwork by Jazara Claxton. And as the ball passed her, she flew high to her right and to her left as almost what's the word? It's almost there was no gravity there. You know, her jump was against gravity. You know, bowls outside the half stump and she cuts it down towards the fielder on the cover boundaries. She will get 1. It's 228 for 4. Taylor will come into strike. Will face the last delivery of this over. The score 228 for 4. West Indies needing 14 runs to win. Maguire, final delivery for 8 over, 2 for 51. The left-arm orthodox spinner. She's into Taylor. Taylor hit this hop and over the fielder head, going out towards the boundary. Deep cover comes around, picks up, collects, and they will come back for 2. Taylor is now on. Oh, they run on the 1. I thought they would have come back for 2. So since the ball never go into the boundary, I think they're 2nd and 1. So they're definitely playing for her to get the 100 now. She's on 89, 299 for 4. Do you agree? Do you agree with they playing for her to get the 100? Or you don't agree? Your comments would be very, very important. Do you agree with this decision? Karen Fritz, I have to see this fantastic catch. Yes, man, it was absolutely brilliant. It was behind her and she flew to her right. You know? Yeah, man. Defying. The word I was looking for is that she defied gravity. The jump, the leap, the one-hand catch behind her defied gravity. Dazzle, none for 49 from 6. She runs into Taylor and then she stopped because probably she feels nervous. And when she looks up and she sees the GOAT of West Indies batting, and is in the conversation for the GOAT of all time, as she runs in now. Hot ball to Taylor, and Taylor plays this away down towards the fielder on the cover boundary. They will get a run. She moves up to 90. Canberra will come into strike at 9. Canberra need to take the singer. Yeah, she need to take the singer. If it's a case where West Indies need 2 to win and Taylor is a 94 or 96 or anything like that, she need just to hit the 4 or hit the 6. Yes. So she need to take the single. 230 for 4. The balls to Campbell plays this out into the covers and they go through for a single. It's 131 now for 4. 11 needed. Taylor is a 90. Yeah, she defied gravity. That's the word I was looking for. Defying gravity. You need to watch it. I want to see if I can get it from Cricket Ireland. I don't know if they will give it to me, but I will check. I'll definitely check to see if I can get it. Comes in now. Dazzell, ball to Taylor, and Taylor swings at this straight to mid wicket. She went for it. She went for the 6 there. Oh, she lost her shape as she did so. As 131 for 4. She's on 10. She's on 90. Canberra's on 10 from 16. We're in over number 39 of the West Indies batting innings. Just 11 runs needed. Well and truly in front. 6 wickets in hand. The question is just a matter of formality, and will Taylor get the 100? Dazzell is over the wicket, balls to her, and she hit this away down towards long on. It's going to run towards the boundary for 4. She moves up to 94, 235 for 4. West Indies needs 7. Taylor needs 6, and she's going for it, She's going for it. Those last 2 shots tell you that she's going for it. That's not the classical Taylor who usually hold her shape, but she lost her shape on both occasions there. But this one was good enough to beat the mid on and the mid wicket for 4. It went in the air, but it was in the gap, down to the boundary for 4. Let's watch now as Dazzell comes into Taylor. She comes in, bowls to Taylor, and after back foot, she gets it. Cigar for 6. Taylor makes the 100. Well played, Taylor. Back of a length from Gazelle, and she hit it high and hard over long on for 6. 100 for Taylor. So 2 West Indian batters making 100 in this match. Who is the man of the match? Of course, it's going to be Matthews. Matthews got 3 wickets, and she's laughed. Oh, that's Ramarak. We are not seeing Matthews, so maybe she's really has a medical condition. So 100 not out here for Taylor. So 1 run for victory. Matthews will be the player of the match. Didn't she got 3 wickets? No West Indian bowler got 3 wickets. She got 2. And she, as I said, definitely the GOAT of West Indies women cricket. Maybe the GOAT in the conversation for the GOAT of world cricket. Then the bowls a full toss, a no ball, which she hit over backward square leg for 6. So winning the match with a 6, 106 not out. West Indies 247. It should be 247 because it's a 6. 248 because it was a no ball 6-2. So 6 runs there by Taylor as Dazzell bowl a full toss to her, full toss no ball. Wow, almost shoulder height, and she hit it over deep square leg for 6. It's a long time that Taylor haven't made a. Trying to remember the last time she made 100. It's a long time she haven't made 100, but the GOAT have made 100, and she's definitely in that conversation to be the GOAT of all time. Well, she's certainly the GOAT of all time in West Indies cricket, but I mean in cricket overall, because one of the outstanding record that Taylor has that no one has come close to up to now is that there was a time when she was the number 1 batswoman in the world, and she was also the number 1 bowler in the world and the number 1 all-rounder. So she was all 3 at the same time. No one has come close to that, has come close to that. And that was a remarkable achievement by Taylor. Thank everyone for being here. Double win yesterday, and it's triple win. Remember that we win on Friday too. So we won, the women won on Friday. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Roxanne. Great. It's a pleasure having you here as usual. So it's a triple win. We won on Friday. The women won on Friday. The men won on Saturday, and the women winning again. So it's 3 from 3 over the weekend. It's a very good weekend. Just imagine in 2 games we could have a twin centurion. Well done, girls. Great response after the disappointment exit in the World Cup. We need this. I just checking on the poll that 41 of you 41% of you believe that West Indies need to increase investment in women cricket leading up to the 2029 Women ODI Cricket World Cup. It was really a pleasure. Steph, she made 100 against Australia in St. Kitts. Yes. Yes. So thank everyone for being here. It was a pleasure having you here. We appreciate your company. And we will be back with you tomorrow morning, because tomorrow morning we'll have to do a recap of that men victory. Definitely need to go through it, and we need to talk about laws a bit. So good. Thank you all. We appreciate it. Well done.